my waterproof kit. This is waterproof trousers, waterproof socks. We shall see how far we get. Let's get all our other waterproofs and our thermals back in. Get everything packed away. That's not so good. Right. I'm also going to be relatively limited on light today because it is currently about 9:15, so yeah, we're going to be limited on how long we have to set up a shelter, set up some sort of overnight stay. I have both my tarp and I also have my tent with me. I ideally want to set up the tent. I just seen 2 deer. Wow, that was beautiful, all the way down there. But yeah, I ideally want to set up the tent tonight because it will offer us just a wee bit better shelter. But knowing myself, I've got a funny feeling I'll end up setting up the tarp as well. We're romping right up that road you just seen. By the time we get up to the top, we'll be taking a right, and then from there we will be trying to sleep. I don't know what the plan is. Our rain's coming down heavy though, so I think the plan will be to get to shelter soon because it's getting wet and I think it's yeah, we need shelter. Got to love it. A good shot. We'll see how we fare up here. So the thing is with most trips, it's about having enough time to gather firewood, and there's a good chance we're going to have to gather firewood when it's night time. So I'm going to kind of play that by ear and see how that actually goes. You can see someone's thrown up a little shelter here and they've just kind of patched it and left it there. Now if I can just keep that in my kind of peripherals and know where it is, and come back and I can use some of these lamps that are here because they'll fare fine for a wee shelter or something. So that blue tarp is a good ways down that way, and it's just a little bit further back from the blue tarp. So I think what my little plan is to maybe set up a shelter here. I'll need to do some trimming of the surrounding trees, but I'm thinking one side of my tarp goes there on that tree and another side goes on this tree over here. But I think here could do and might be a good enough spot. So I think if I let you guys sit down there and I try and film from here, this could be a good idea for a spot. Again, we don't need to stay out, we can always just use this as a little learning kind of curve. But I think this will do. Again, tarp from there to there, have it come down the back and then pin it out the front. I think that's a shout. By delimiting it, it'll give me enough room to get the tarp in. think that is it. That's it, officially hit 9 o'clock. So we are definitely going to be running on the clock with time here. So we're going to want to watch that, but with the right pacing, we'll be okay. You'll be okay. So finding dead standing stuff or stuff that's fire appropriate might be a little challenge, but I'm sure we'll be able to get over it. So this is just some twine that I have. It's not the strongest, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 or 3 lashings from one tree to another, just so I have enough strength in the cordage to last us overnight. This right here is a Moor Companion. If you don't know what the Moor Companion is, then you're definitely new to the outdoors. It's one of the better knives, or the best knife. It's one of, yeah, you get the idea. It's up there with some of the better blades that you can buy for a fraction of the cost. Next move is to do another one, just to keep it extra sturdy, because this has got to last us overnight. That's all of that we've got left, so remember to take enough of you guys. I'm going to go grab a couple of lengths of timber, and hopefully the plan that I've got in my head will work. Some Y-beams, much like that, and then use that to kind of lift that tarp up just that tiny wee bit more. And then that can be used to push this tarp up. I'll show you how just now. Exactly like that. It just brings it up to a much usable height. Perfect. Tick. Yeah, this is essentially what I've set up. It's looking good. It's looking good. Got all my kit down here. But yeah, the battery also just died, so not the best. However, batteries, I've just put the new battery in, so we'll see how things go with this shelter tonight. So yeah, this is the current shelter that I've set up. I'll put the light on really quickly so you can see. Yeah, so should be good. We will see how it goes tonight. I'm going to stake these ends soon, the back side, and yeah, we'll kind of take it from there. Got some overhead shelter, no shelter on the sides. No shelters on the sides or in the front, and then we've just got this kind of section here, which I'm going to hope to lay down my sleeping mat and just sleep on the floor. Behind me, the pile of timber, I've been kind of chipping away at this tree here, very much as they're standing. Hopefully it'll do us enough firewood, but we'll find that out. Well, that was easy. It's quite damp. There's good limbs on it, so it's not all to waste. Yeah, that's really damp. Not the best, but we'll give it a shot. What this will be good for is offering us a bit of protection for the gap at the bottom of our shelter. That's a good seat. Still quite wet, this stuff. Insides are nice and dry though. So when it comes to fire building, you want to start with nice and small pieces like these twigs that I've collected here. Find a tinder source, use your tinder source to light the smalls, then you light your mediums, which are these here, and then your bigs, stuff like this. So once you fully understand how a fire is crafted, that being pretty much the fire triangle, what goes into it: heat, oxygen and fuel. This is our fuel, so our next thing would be oxygen, that's all around us, and then after that would be fuel. Heat. So to create heat, you would need fire or a spark. So right now, this is my little match container that I carry with me when I go out and about, and I always have cotton wool in here, and I also have a tiny little smidge of fat wood. So fat wood is great fire source because it just burns and burns and burns. So yeah, I'm gonna get this lit just now, and then we're gonna add our smalls to it, and then once we add our smalls, we will then add our bigs, our medium, sorry, and then our bigs. Just understand that heat travels up as well. Quite an important one, that the heat travels up. You want it to travel up through your fire source, sorry, your kindle source, and your firewood, and then over time it will eventually smoulder, and then all these individual little pieces will start to ignite, even when they're slightly damp, which is what this. So yeah, you can see once you let the fire do its thing, it will naturally kind of come up. You can also always help it by feeding it more oxygen, just like so. You see a lot of this smoke is actually, it's almost like steam because there's that much moisture in this wood. And you should hopefully get to a position where you have a flame very much like this. It's giving off good heat, heating up the shelter, heating up me. It's nice. Yeah, after a while you'll have a fire big enough to cook on, which is what I've got set up here. But yeah, fire is roaring, and we have our pot on, so we'll be able to cook in no time. Just going to stick this here because if it falls it'll probably extinguish the fire. I can't be asked for that. But yeah. Beef noodles is what we're having tonight. We also have a packet of chicken ones. So yeah, that's basically what we're going to be having. I also have some coffees with me. So I'll probably have my noodles, and then whilst I'm having my noodles, well, I actually can't. I've only got one pot. But yeah, whilst I have these noodles, I'll well, I'll then have a coffee afterwards because we have plenty of water. You can see we have our noodles here. I also got the head torch out because it's getting quite dark. But yeah, time for some noodles. I'm going to turn this light up for you guys so you can see me better. But yeah, all I do when I have my noodles is I just strain out the water, or drain out the water, just like so. Just like that. I'll then add my flavour packet. Just like so. And then I'll give them a good stuff. Keep your socks up like so, so that the ticks and the bugs can't get to your skin. I tell you, it's getting cold as well, and I want to enjoy these noodles, so I'm going to throw on my jumper as well, just like so. And then I'm going to enjoy my noodles. I'm going to make the second portion now. I really am quite hungry. Or you know, I'll space it out. I'll have a coffee, and then I'll have my my noodles. Yeah, because in that way I have noodles, coffee noodles, and not noodles coffee. That's just how my brain's working that way. There's a little trick for you. If you make a little diamond shape with your fingers, it'll blow on the fire a lot better than if you just went. So you see the kind of force that has. Compared to that, much better. Oh, these handles are getting hot. Told you. I told you. It's okay because it's not extinguished the fire. I'll just evaporate away. It's annoying though, because I'm going to have to put more water in it. Heat that's coming off this is nice. Ooh, that's really hot. But yeah, you can see I'm just going to build this up right now. I'm just snapping off these kind of extra lamps so I can stick this over the top like that. And that'll obviously dry out because it's quite wet, and then eventually we will be able to, that'll eventually start catching. I think now that the rain's coming on, I think my plan is to kind of capture some of the to collect some of the drier stuff that we got from earlier, and kind of bring it closer underneath this tarp so it lasts all night. Yeah, I don't see myself getting cold tonight if this fire keeps up like this. I tell you what, this fire is real warm. Let me put this light on real quick so you can see. You can probably already see, but see me better is what I mean. Like, it's really warm. I'm sitting here like this. There's a little fire shield I get from my face because it's that warm. It's a good thing. But when you're in the position I'm in right now, where you've had a nice hot meal, hot coffee, no, just being able to come out and do this really, it's therapeutic. It's good for the soul. Really do like these noodles for camping, they're good. Those noodles were really good. I'm now going to move on to my last coffee. Pot full of ash and various other crap. I don't really mind. That's the joys of camping, right? That right there is a beech nut. So you can, when they're ready and everything, you can actually find a wee nut inside here, which, if I can remember correctly, is edible. There's a few of them around. They'll work as good little fire sources. Straight in the coffee. So good. It just adds to the flavour, boys. Let's try to get this big chunk out. Look at that big chunk. Yeah. If your coffee doesn't have bits in it, then you're born. There's a few folk that I've spoken to, about camping, and they've maybe messaged me directly about it and stuff, and you just know by the type of person that's asking you that they aren't built for it, or it's fun, it's really, really fun, and it's really, really rewarding being able to create fire, cook from fire, and do it back to back to back, and then know, hey, I've locked in that side of camping and bushcraft or survival or whatever you're out for. But then there's the people that will go like abroad to places like Spain, Thailand, or any place. These places, it's irrelevant what the place is, but they'll go abroad and they'll go into like really, really nice hotels and be beachside with their mojitos and their nice food, and then they're like, oh, I'd love to go camping. But would you really? Are you really built for it? Even if you're a big guy, you should get the biggest guys in the world, mate, and they're just not ready for it, Same goes for women, obviously. It takes a type of mentality to be able to go camping, But yeah, I'm gonna have this coffee, go to bed. That's my plan. And when I say camping, one, I don't mean in a car park. That's not camping. And two, I don't mean really with a tent. Tent camping is where you kind of start. It's where you kind of progress from. But it's not the end goal. You've not accomplished camping per se when you go and do stuff like that. You really need to rough it properly to say that you've camped. Using the tents and everything, in my opinion, is great, but it doesn't really mean that you've actually accomplished what you've set out to do. You've started what you've said you were going out to do, but you ain't accomplished it. So, that's obviously everybody got their own views on camping and their own views on like the outdoors and going out in that kind of setting. But for me, that's what I would say is camping, is this under a tarp, and pushing the limits a wee bit. Yeah, that's what I would say. Cheers. It does take a type, because I'll not brush my teeth tonight, I won't wash my face, I'm not getting in a shower, not doing any of this stuff, because you're testing the limits, you're testing yourself, you're seeing how far you can push yourself and how far you can kind of get to a level where you're like, I've accomplished something, I've learned something about myself, and that's what I really enjoy about this kind of camping. Just the ability to actually put yourself through a little something and work out, hey, how tough actually am I? Again, because I said, you can lift as much weights as you want, you can be as masculine or as, say, feminine as you want, but come out here and give it a go. That's all I can say. Come out here and on your own. Don't rely on anybody else. Do it on your own initiative, and you'll see very quickly how weak you actually are. It's true. It's something I learned quick. I learned it when I was in the Boy Scouts. when I was in cadets, when I was in beavers, when I was in scouts. I've just said that. You know, like that was just a mosquito there flying around my face, and you know, there's been a lot of mosquitoes and a couple moths that have landed in this fire, unfortunately, and they've into nothing. That could be you when you come out here, and that, unfortunately, or fortunately, is the truth. Hence the testing yourself part, because it's so easy to get used to the luxuries you have in life. The warm bed, the home cooked meals that you're able to cook yourself, and just these various other little things. But can you actually do it for yourself in an actual setting? And can you also do it in this setting where you strip away every luxury you have at home and you give yourself this? This has been my TV tonight, this has been my heat tonight, this has been my cook stove. You strip away literally every luxury that comes with life, and you give yourself the bare minimum. And I can guarantee you now, there's a good handful of guys and girls out there that just wouldn't be able to do it, and that's just the fair truth. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this coffee. That was a bit ash. Tasted nice. And I'm gonna go to bed. Good night, guys. Yeah, don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm just gonna let this fire burn away for the rest of this wood. Then it'll naturally kind of go out itself. By then I'll probably be long gone into dreamland. Night all. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night, guys. I just woke up during the night there, I guess. It's currently about 3-4 in the morning, 3:30, something like that. Threw on another log. I had a handful just like this. It was basically just embers, so I got the fire started from just blowing on it. And I threw another one of the big logs on. As you can see there, the big logs. That was just kind of lying next to me here, where the camera's also been lying. So I've thrown that back on, and yeah, it's basically just been a case of waking up quite cold. Me then realising the fire was out, so I gave it a very good blow, got it back, threw on the big handful of sticks, and then threw the log on. That should hopefully ideally see me through again till the next another 3 hours or so. It should see me it will see me till about 5 o'clock, which is when I naturally wake up anyway. So 2 hours time this will probably still be going. But yeah, nightly update. I'm sleeping well. I'm hungry though. I don't have much food. I've got some mashed potato stuff there, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what we're waking up with and stuff. And yeah, that's burning well. It's nice and warm. Good morning, guys. Roughly about 7 or something. Roughly. So this has just been burning perfectly. I reckon. Yeah, it'll be pretty much time to pack up camp now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that done now, and get ourselves all packed up and ready to go. One of the things I've done to keep warm and dry was tuck the trousers in. So undo that now. And also tuck the jumper in as well. And it actually worked out pretty well. Kept us nice and warm. Yeah, doused it in the first place with water, removed the kind of hotter logs that were surrounding it, these guys here, and then smothered it there with the dirt, so perfect. So yeah, I'd say that was a pretty successful trip. We were currently back at the blue tarp that we seen at the kind of start of the video. That's quite cool. Let's go get closer and get some more shots of these guys. They're beautiful, proper dairy cows. Me, that's for sure. They keep wanting to come over. And there's just this one brown dude. Bunch of dairy cows. They're beautiful. I think that's going to be a wrap for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like, subscribe for more, and yeah, just remember you're awesome. And if you're going through a hard time right now, don't, because For every up, there's a down. For every down, there's a up. It's part of life. But yeah, we've got a relatively long walk back to the car. Once we're back at the car though, we'll get some radio on, and then I'll be back home. I'll get straight to editing this video for you guys. So yeah, that's tonight's plan.